What's good, job? If you tapped in, you already know who I am. If not, my name is Caleb Jarrell. If you're an individual, you focus on your mindset, you focus on improving overall in every aspect of your life, and you mind your business. One thing you have to understand, and one thing that I'm recognizing as I grow older, is that people will really shame you for that. People will feel some type of way about it, and people will expect you to stoop down to their level. But it never made sense to me how you could be so focused on just becoming a better person for yourself and for the people around you that it would basically show people a mirror and put this mirror in front of their face as to who they are and what they're not doing in life. The things that they're not trying to accomplish, the actions that they're not putting in. So it makes them feel some type of way. And you don't understand that until you start to deep dive into really focusing on being a better individual and being a better person. But what doesn't make sense to me is we all have the choice. We all have the opportunity every day that we wake up. But the difference between you and them is the fact that when you wake up and you know you got to go to the gym and you may not feel like it, guess what? You get up and go. Why? Because your mindset. So the difference between the both of y'all is the fact that you get up and do it anyways. But they make excuses. They complain about it. So it's like really, it's not even them being upset and feeling some type of way about you. It's them being upset with your mindset, with the fact that you can make choices, with the fact that you can stick to what you say you're gonna do and hold yourself accountable. So you have to like really understand that people won't respect how you move around sometimes. People won't respect the way that you carry yourself sometimes. The wrong people, I would say. There's gonna be other people that get inspired by it, people that get motivated by it. But you can't teach mindset. You can't teach the heart. You can't teach being willing. You feel me? That's something that has to be in here. That's something that you have to have built in you, or you have had to go through certain things in life that has allowed that to develop in your heart, allowed that to develop in your mindset. You feel me? And the thing is with these certain people too, people don't see you when you start off in the beginning. They don't see where you started at. They don't see the shots that you put up. That saying you wasn't shooting me, you wasn't with me when you was shooting in the gym, right? People don't see that. People don't understand the fact that you was in the gym putting shots up. You was getting up early, going to the gym, working out, working on your health, doing your cardio. You was staying and doing overtime at your job. You've been stacking up for the last year, last 6 months, last 3 months. So what they see is the results. They don't see the beginning. They don't see when you was by yourself, down and out, isolated, putting your head down, grinding. But they see when everybody praising you at the finish line. They see when everybody clapping you, clapping and praising you for what you did, for the results that you got in life. So they think that you don't go through certain things when we all human. We all go through certain things. Like I said in my last video, we all not exempt from problems. We all not exempt from messed up people and environments or circumstances. But it's all about the choices and the mindset that you do or have. It's all about how you decide, okay, I may feel like this in this moment, but guess what? I know the end goal. I know where I want to get at. I know where I want to be at in life. I know where I'm aiming and what I'm trying to do in life. So the difference is you suck it up. You put your shoes on and you keep pushing through the struggles, through being lied on, through being talked about, through being mocked. And you show up. You do the work. You do what's expected, not of them, but of yourself. So people will try to downplay your success. People will try to downplay the way you carry yourself and the way you are as an individual if you let them. Sometimes you got to get away from people like that. You got to nip that in the bud. And the more that I continue to grow and get older, the more that I don't have time for goofiness. The more that I don't have time for negative energy. People that aren't trying to be better, to be in my circle, to be around. The more that I'm less likely to put myself in environments that don't align with where I'm trying to go at in life. You feel me? But even that's a choice. Because I could very well do certain things, be around certain people, be in environments, and you can too. But the difference is you make a decision, you make a choice, and you aim for much more than the average person. So all I'm saying is once you get on that path of focusing on yourself, trying to make your bread, trying to focus on becoming a better individual, you're gonna have people that don't respect that. You're gonna have people that try to basically, it's like a tug of war type of situation. The more that you go here, the more that they come here. You feel me? So the better your energy get, the more positive your energy get, the more it turns them off. The more negative they may be towards you or behind your back. And sometimes you'll feel that. It'll come through jokes. It'll come through people trying to, slide certain things in through jokes. And you get that feeling like, that was a little odd for you to say. But you just you hold your tongue about it. But you peeping it. You storing and you recognizing, okay, it's becoming a habit that, I'm working out a lot. And every time I come in, you talking about, oh, it look like you gaining a little weight. Oh, it look like you slacking a little bit. And at the same time, you like, it don't resonate with you because you understand the work that you've been putting in. You understand the results that you already see for yourself. You understand the discipline and consistency that it takes. So now it's like in the mindset of like, you really trying to downplay and make my self-esteem lower and bring me down as an individual when I'm about not only bringing myself up, but bringing up the people around me. But the issue is that you aren't trying to get on the same page. The issue is that you aren't trying to make that same decision or choice. So because you can't do that for yourself, you have to bring other people down to your mindset, to your level. Or you have to attempt to. So in this game of life, you got to understand you got to have tough skin. You got to understand that you got to be able to take things, not necessarily take it as in letting somebody continue to disrespect you or downplay you, but take it as in, okay, you know what? Boom, I peep it, I'm gonna nip it in the bud. Or boom, I peep it, you know what? Let me move around. Let me adapt. Let me get out of this situation. You feel me? And this can be in the form of anybody. Sometimes it's you. Sometimes it's you holding yourself back because your mindset ain't right. But you expect spectacular outcomes and results. But what are you doing to get there? You feel me? You expect these results, but there's no starting point. You just want the finish line. There's no starting point. But in every race, there's a starting point. You start somewhere, you end somewhere. So when you start this race, it's on you to decide, bet, I'm going to end this race either at the finish line or I'm going to stop in the middle of the race. But guess what? When you racing against these other people in life, honestly, there are no other people. In life, it's about you. About where you want to be at. About where God wants you to be at. The path that God wants you on. So it shouldn't be no looking left to right. It should be straightforward. It shouldn't be no looking back. The only time you should look back is when you looking at your progress. You looking at, dang, I started right here. I done made it a long way. Let me keep going. Let me lock in even more. And the only time you may look left and right is when you got people around you that support you. People around you that add to you, add value to you. Y'all motivate each other. So it's going to be a starting point, but it's up to you to decide where your life going to end at. The level of lifestyle that you want, where is that going to end at? You feel me? And the issue is, it's so many people around us that, boom, their life started right here. And guess what? 10 years down the line, 20 years down the line, they in that same starting position. Because they're not making a choice to pick their feet up and move forward and keep going. They just gonna sit down at the starting point. But then they'll shame you because of how far ahead you got. They'll yell negative things from back here because they can't even necessarily get to you. And guess what? That's how you got to be. You can't let that get to you. All them negative comments, them things trying to hold you back and slow you down. You know what? That's all you can do about it. And keep running. Keep staying focused. So if you let them, they will. But guess what? The more you keep improving in life, the quieter that noise gets. The farther and harder it is to get to you because it won't resonate because you know the work that you put in. You know the things that you do on a daily basis. You know the focus that it took for you to get to where you at. So just because you know that you have more to achieve and accomplish in life, and you know where you've came from, it's certain things you won't even respond to because it's not worth it. So you got to stay focused and understand that sometimes people won't respect it. Sometimes people won't see things for what they are. But what matters is, do you see yourself for who you are? Do you know who you are? Do you know what you about? Right? So keep going. Keep doing what you're supposed to do. It ain't gonna be easy. You're gonna have naysayers. You're gonna have haters. You're gonna have negative people. But where do you want to finish it in life? Always remember that. But through anything that you're going through, where do I want to finish it in life? That's the end of the video. Like, comment, subscribe. On the road to 1,000 subs.